Hello, everyone out there in YouTube. This is Melody Nolan. It is May 24th. This was scheduled to be a live stream, and you know that saying, if anything can go wrong, it will? Well, it did. I still don't have that part down yet, but I am here still live as I record this in my music therapy session. So I'm just going to proceed and share the same material I was going to before, upload, and hopefully next time we can interact live. But I would appreciate it very much if you would give me your feedback in the comments below and share any experiences that you may have, and I will respond personally. So this is an actual music therapy session with a licensed music therapist. To protect our privacy, she is going to remain anonymous and off camera, but you will hear her playing the guitar and singing, and I will talk. I'm going to reserve most of the talking for after the music so she can get going. So one of my exercises in music therapy is to write my own lyrics to existing songs. And the song that I'm sharing today is my version of It's Not Easy, which is the theme from Superman, written by Five for Fighting. I have written two versions of this song, one solo and one duet. And I will just go ahead and perform these both for you. Actually, I'm not going to use the word perform. This is therapy, so I'm just going to sing. And then afterwards, I'll take you through some of my thought process when I wrote them. So these are my personal lyrics. This is the solo version to the song Superman, also known as It's Not Easy by Five for Fighting. I'm afraid to cry. I'm not that naive. You'll have a reason why you won't come back to me. It's hard to explain the depth of my pain. I cry the tears that become the rain, and it's not easy to be me. I wish that I could cry, fall upon my knees. Is forgiveness a lie? A lie I'll never see. It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. Even feelings find a way to bleed. I may be disturbed, but won't you concede? Every survivor has the right to dream, and it's not easy to be me. Forgiveness runs far, far away from me. Well, it's alright. It's just one more night with no safety, just memories. I can't help but cry. Please don't choose to leave. I don't know why. I think you'll abandon me. I'm just a girl, I'm no one you'd meet alive, 'cause I ran the wrong way down the street. I'm only a girl, I'm no one you'd meet, seeking forgiveness inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me. I'm only a girl, I'm no one you'd meet. I'm only a girl looking for a dream. I'm only a girl, I'm no one you'd meet, and it's not easy. Ooh, it's not easy to be me. that was the solo version, and I'll talk more extensively later, but basically it's about my struggle expressing emotion in front of others and my fear that I will lose whoever may witness me when I'm having a breakdown. So, what I did next was I wrote a duet, and I will be singing the part of me, and my music therapist will be singing the part of the person with whom I am sharing my emotions. And so it's a dialogue back and forth. At times we join together. I haven't written many duets, but I enjoyed writing this one. Oh, also, just so you know, both of these were written back in March of 2019, and now we're just revisiting them. So it's kind of interesting for both of us. Anyway, here we go. I'm afraid to cry. I'm scared that I'm naive.
After all this time, you know you can't trust me.
It's hard to explain the depth of my pain.
I feel your tears, they're as real as the rain. And it's okay with me.
Do you realize if I cry, I could fall and skin my knee?
And go back down to cry if it brings you peace you need.
It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. Even feelings find a way to bleed. I may be disturbed, but won't you concede? We all have things we need to release, and it's not easy to be me.
Forgiveness isn't fire, it's closer than the stars, and it's alright. It's safe to sleep tonight. You lived memories.
I'm still afraid to cry.
I don't plan to leave.
I'm so scared, but why?
You're safe, you can trust me.
But I'm just a girl, not special to meet. Alive 'cause I ran the wrong way down the street. I'm only a girl, I'm no one you'd meet. Seeking forgiveness inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me.
I see a girl of forgiveness need. Sometimes forgiving is a one-way street. Land called forgiveness is where we can meet.
It's not easy. Ooh.
It's not easy to be
Me. Thank you, music therapist. Okay, so I don't want this to get too long, so I'll just address some of the highlights here. So both versions started with me saying I'm afraid to cry, which really is just to express any emotion, and then the fear of losing the person, just seeing me lose it, or sharing really intimate information and things like that. Some of it gets kind of poetic about my tears becoming the rain in both versions, things like that. I think this is a powerful line. It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. even feelings find a way to bleed. When I wrote that, I literally I was being poetic and also using some of the original lyrics from the song. And then in retrospect, I went back and saw that that could refer to self-harm. So that was not my intent, but it works nicely from the mental health aspect of this song. And I may be disturbed, but won't you concede every survivor has the right to dream? And I stand firm on that, because sometimes our dreams are all we have. Sometimes they come true. They give us hope and direction. So it's important to share not only our pain and our trauma, but our dreams as well. So the I'm alive because I ran the wrong way down the street. In my case, it's just because I took some very unusual action in my life regarding how to deal with trauma. And it is because of those actions that I am here today, but they're just not things that I don't think that it would be useful really to share those decisions at this time. But the message that I will give is that you know inside you what you need to do for your recovery. You know better than anyone else. And when you can get beyond the fear and the voices that are not yours and tap into that inner survival mechanism, because the fact is, if you have PTSD or something similar to that, you've already lived through the trauma. It's very important to remember that, because the healing can sometimes feel worse because you kind of emotionally checked out during the trauma itself, and now you're trying to work all this out and you're realizing what really happened to you and how it really impacted you, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't even know myself and I can't handle this, and it's overwhelming and everything. Slow down. It's okay. You already lived through the trauma. And somewhere inside of you, you know how to release it. And for me, one of those ways is singing. So I'm very grateful to my music therapist. I had never had music therapy until about 4 years ago, when I moved to an area where consistent mental health, traditional mental health therapy, talk therapy is not very available. And fortunately, I was put in touch with this music therapist, and for me, it has been life-saving and a blessing. It's a little difficult because I do have a background in music. I am a musician, and the point of music therapy is not to create performance-level music. It's to express yourself through sound and vibration and song and lyrics, whether you're creating them yourself or you're finding them elsewhere and relating to the lyrics or the sounds, or it can also be used for a lot of other things, but mine is mental health oriented. So I can tell I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to sign off now. But I really would appreciate your comments and your suggestions as to these songs, and as to what you might like to see more of on this channel. And I will put the links below to the higher quality recordings of both of these songs, as well as to me singing the original version of It's Not Easy, otherwise known as Superman, by Five for Fighting. I will put all that information down below as soon as I can. Hopefully it'll work, because getting back here on YouTube has been challenging, as most of you or anyone who follows me on Twitter knows. On Twitter, I am twirling, the word twirling, followed by the number 4, followed by the word joy, followed by the number 1, Twirling for Joy 1 on Twitter, and that's where I announce most things. But if you subscribe and hit the bell, then you'll see when I go live, because eventually I will figure this out and I will go live. But for now, thank you very much for your patience. Keep talking, keep sharing, keep breathing. If you like to sing, sing, because if you sing, you breathe. And if you breathe, you're alive.